Yes, people. KAPE and Don, another session Wednesday. So you know what time it is. It's the KAPE and Don. It's the KAPE and Don. It's the Don War with the KAPE and Don. Yo, people, man, you know what it is, man. Before we get started, though, what you need to do is you need to hit the like button. If you're new, you need to subscribe because I'm going into subscribe now on my phone. I just forgot. Make sure you go into subscribe mode on your phone as well, yeah?
Yeah, I think I already done it, so let me make sure.
Oh, you already? Yeah. I need to double check if I've done it yet. Let me see. Because you know what? Sometimes I get caught slipping. And then it's in subscribe mode, so I don't need to worry, man. But anyway, people, welcome to another edition. Do you know what? I'm not even counting the episodes now because you know what? The stream's been doing its thing, man. But yeah, big up to KAPE in the building. Hope you're well, my bro. I hope you've had a decent week. I know the weather's like, was it chill? What they call it? Wind chill, innit? At the moment, innit? That November wind chill, boy. Snowed a bit earlier today. Did you see the snow this morning?
Yeah, it was snowing in the morning and that. I was just going in my eyes on the way to work. Blitz. When I was saying it, you know, when the app is saying it feels like -5 and it's only like 3 degrees, then you know something is wrong.
Oh, bro. You know the thing is, yeah,
cold.
Yeah, it's cold, man.
See what you got on right now, bro. Something that's what I need. That material. This thing. Lifesaver,
listen, yeah, this thing is just mad. And especially when it's cold, yeah, brother, this thing's just cool, you know what I mean? And the thing is, I don't really go out that much during the winter, bro. I make sure that I stay in my arse indoors. The only time I'm going out is if I have to go shopping or maybe go and see my mum or whatever, but you ain't seeing me in the winter, bro, man. It's just stream Netflix and chill or whatever, watch a movie, and that's it for me. But anyway, what are you saying, brother, man? It's been an eventful few days. Obviously you man lost in the you man got knocked out of the internet qualifiers.
We're not in the
bro. Oh, that's a madness, bro.
And Jamaica wanted to follow us suit and join
Jamaica us as well, but they've still got a little chance. They've still got a chance. Yeah, but it could be peak for them still. Do you know what I mean? What would you prefer, to qualify to that little group they got to play, or to just go out now? Because you can qualify, yeah, get to the final and lose in the qualifiers, yeah, and still not go to the World Cup. What would you prefer out of the two evils?
I'll try and qualify, man. There's no point, just giving up straight, because either that you want to get into the World Cup, even if it's the longest route, shortest route, gonna be in the hardest group. You want to be there, man, because can't like vibes at World Cup time is different in the world. That the whole world is locked into football, like the whole world. So. I
don't know what's happened to you, man, though, man. I don't know what's happened to you, man, down the line, man, because you, man, like, you got some good players. What is going on? I see the manager beefing yesterday as well, trying to run down a man. And what's going on with that?
Man saying the Congolese are doing voodoo. Like, fam, everyone's doing what they need to do to win. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, come on, man. I think Nigeria's problem is they don't have a good midfield. I think we've got many good attackers. Like,
you got Iwobi.
No, but like, okay, Iwobi and Ndidi's a shadow.
Onyenka, what's Onyenka? Is he midfield?
Is
he a 10 or something?
But they're not like world beaters. Let me say that. I know you're not going to always have world beaters, but like, there's not like recognized midfielders. I think we've got decent defense, very good keeper, obviously strikers. But like, I think the midfield area lacks quality. I think that's where a lot of games I want to lost. Like how you can dictate the ball, how you can, control tempo, and we don't have that. Obviously, Ndidi used to be a very good player, but I think he's a shadow of himself now, and he plays in more advanced areas. So, it's not good enough, man. The average wait, you have to wait another 4 years to try and obviously get there. Hopefully, maybe you have a new couple of players, but it's like
it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But anyway, let's go back to domestics, yeah, because obviously there's a team that we both share and that we love dearly. There's been a lot of kind of like talk about injuries. We know now that Gabriel could be out for maybe 1 to 2 months. Still some injuries out there that we don't know who's coming back and who's not coming back. We've got the negative Nellies out, obviously, you know, trying to dampen everything and blame everyone else and going crazy already. I don't know, man. What's your assessment of the last few days and, you know, what you're hearing through the grapevine and all that kind of stuff, man? And obviously missing out on Gabriel, who's pinnacle to this side right now. And I want to hear your proper thoughts, man. I want to hear your thoughts.
What are you trying to say? I give my half thoughts or something.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
No. I obviously it's sad, man. Like you've in most of the streams I've been doing with you, and I've been talking a lot. Obviously, just the first talk about like all the attackers coming back, looking like it will be this game or one of these games, and we don't even have any news on whether any of them are looking like they're actually back or in training. Even the training pictures today didn't look like anyone else was there. And then with Gabriel, obviously, it's a sad news. Obviously, a lot of people have obviously picked up that obviously he's played the most minutes. I think he started every Premier League game, and obviously every Champions League game. So it's a bit disappointing. Obviously, him getting injured for Brazil, ironically at the Emirates. I think it's just, do you know what I mean? It burns a bit more. And obviously now the news coming out that it's 1 to 2 months. Probably looking like the longer end because we've heard that 2-month number for a lot of these injuries, and but I think Calafiori is back. I think Fabrizio, obviously, I'm going to assume that he's Italian. He has a lot of links there, so that he should be available for the game. Whether we play him, that's another question. But I think at least that's positive news. But Gabriel news is sad, man, because as you said, he's been our leader in the back. He's been our best defender this season. He's been one of our most deadliest threats from the set pieces in terms of a target to reach, and I can tell he really like motivates and brings that kind of that dog to the team. Like, do you know what I mean? So losing him, you're gonna have to have another dog step up in it, and I think we got some there, which is why I'm not too worried. But at the same time, it's just sad because like it seems like this theme of injuries is becoming a real like thing for us now. It's not necessarily like like we're getting injuries all the time. So it's sad, man. How about you, bro? Like,
big up to Saad in the building, man.
When you saw that he was out for 1 to 2 months, big up to you, Saad, football corner, and big up, is it Doogie Joyce? If I say your name right, or Doggy Joyce?
Doggy Joyce.
Doggy Joyce, I big you up as
well.
Doggy
Joyce, man. We're gonna get to the comments in a bit, man. But big up to this brother.
What about you, bro? Like when you saw that it was 1 to 2 months, Gabriel, what was your first feelings?
Well, you always see how I feel in the group chat, because initially I weren't concerned when we had that chat on
Sunday
on stream, on Sunday. But then I started to think, because when I started to see the amount of games he's gonna miss, now that's got me a bit worried now, because although we have the cover, Gabriel's not replaceable in my opinion. Yes, you can bring in someone that's up to the job, but when it comes to leadership and just that character, there ain't no one in our team like Gabriel, especially at the back. You have to remember, any man that's played centre back, and I played centre back in my later years, granddad, there's always going to be one out of the two that's the talker as a centre back. Come on, guys, get up. And remember, you're talking to your whole defense as well. Move up. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, when things go a bit peak, come on, the motivation and stuff like that. So I don't know. I know Nkapie's got that dog in him, and he's probably got a bit of all of that yet, but he's not integrated fully into the squad as far as I'm concerned. He's not like oh, Nkapie's in the team, bro. Yeah, you know, he's not one of them players yet. So, and the same goes for Mascara as well. You know, Mascara's young as well. Saliba's old. Saliba's 23, 24, isn't he now? Isn't he?
He's 24 now.
He should be kind of like the leader at the back now, isn't it? But he's not that type of defender either. He's not the one to command and everything. He more lead, he's more of a leader how he plays, isn't it? You know, so it's going to be interesting to see over the next few games because Gabriel could be out for about 10 games, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot. I expect
That's a lot
him
of
to be out
games.
for that long still. Yeah,
That's a lot of games.
I think it is like I'm worried, but I'm like I want to see how he reacts because I think it's inevitable injuries happen, and obviously, sadly, it's going to happen to players that get injured a lot. Or Gabriel's kind of got a few knocks in the last couple of, let's say, this calendar year. So you know, big up everyone in the chat as well. I think it gives that question. I think now it's also said like it's time for people like Mascara and Nkapie, you know, Saliba, even David Raya. I would say he's a leader as well at the back, like to, you know, take the gap that's been left by Gabriel. Same thing with Odegaard missing from the midfield. You know that he's our captain, he's our leader. The team has, you know, been able to adapt. Obviously, he's all different because Gabriel's, you know, more of that visual leader. Do you know what I mean, or natural old school leader, as you would say. It's
names, boy. Top of the hour.
Hey man, I'm hoping you talk about me into the trim and
what
that.
Do you mean no trim, man? I cut my hair today, bro. We can't see it's all bald.
It's clean. No trim. He's clean.
That's
I'm the one with no trim.
Bro.
That's the clean trim still. Completely won over. But
no, on a serious
like, but I think Mascara, obviously, I know it's not the ideal, but I think we have at least decent players. I think it's different when it was like for example, when Gabriel went down last year, until people saw Kivior do his thing, everyone was worried. I remember like people were talking about playing an injured Ben White instead of playing Kivior because of how much people didn't have faith in him until then he started to do his thing, and then it was like, oh.
Can I just interject there?
Of course.
The pressure wasn't on the league at that time. It was more in the Champions League.
Yeah.
When Kivior came in.
Yeah. But obviously that was
like a pressure situation now. Yeah,
that was crunch time. Yeah. But that was crunch time Champions League quarterfinals. Obviously, I'm not saying there's no pressure right now, but we're still early in the season. It's still 11 games in. Let's just say Gabriel misses 10 games. Well, that's all comps, I'm assuming, not 10 games in the Prem. Like, he's still gonna be there. Like, I trust in Nkapie. Obviously, I've done my scouting. I've done enough to know what he can do. Obviously, we got a lot of options in there. You can put Calafiori, left centre back, somewhere he's played in his career. Somewhere he's played for us a couple of times. You can put Nkapie there, and you can go with Mascara, and then obviously Lewis Kelly can get.
I'm going to challenge you on this show today. Yeah, in a good way. You know what I mean? Not in a disrespectful way, but sometimes when you're playing like at the back, two centre backs, you don't want too many options, bro. You just want two players, that can gel together. So all the options, that's fine, but you need two centre backs that are going to get a partnership going from day dot. Yeah. So if you had an Nkapie and a Saliba, because Saliba's going to be that guy. Yeah. If those two gel, I'm not interested in anyone else, bro. Yeah. I'm not interested unless they're playing in the Karabuki Cup or FA Cup or whatever. Those two should be our main players. Yeah. I don't know where I got that from. Those two players should be the main. Because look, when Gabriel and Saliba are fit, they're our main guys, isn't it? So I'm looking for someone to say, you know what, Gabriel, I know you're injured, brother, but this is my time to step up. And this is my time to contribute to the season.
But that's what us as fans have to hope, that we have some players that have that next man up mentality. Like, you don't win a league just having 11 players. Obviously, you hope and pray you can keep your strongest starting 11 fit and can kind of repeat that lineup game after game after game, because that's consistency. But in the way the new age of football is, with the amount of games there is, with the way that a lot of muscle injuries happen. Shout out you, Gianni. I think was it you the other day that said that obviously Spurs got a lot of injuries. I think Chelsea. Like, teams are going through it, and it's not just Arsenal. Innit? Obviously, we support Arsenal, so we care about Arsenal. But I think that's just where, like, I'm willing to, like, obviously everyone has different it's not really hopium or copium. It's just more reality. Like, I don't
Don't
think
worry about the comments. Yeah, just stick
no.
to.
I'm just saying, like in general, it's just more. It's just analysis, isn't it? Like you don't have any league team. You have like about 19 players, maybe 18 players you can trust and use. Like especially with players that have been injured. You know, your Sakas, your Havertz's, your Gabriels that have gone through surgery. You have to have adequate backup because it's likely that they could always get injured again. Like, and all three of those players have been injured post their surgery, right? So I think having the depth, like for example, Saka went down, Madueke got fans, you know, recalling back their takes basically from the summer. Obviously, Gokeres, Havertz, you know what that is. Obviously, now it's time for one of KAPE or Mosquera to be there. I agree with you. Obviously, you want the partnerships to grow, but partnerships can only grow if players are able to play, innit? Like, beginning of the season, Gabriel and Saliba, for the most part, have been fit, have been available, and they've played. Obviously, Saliba has been out a bit. Mosquera stepped in, gave us some confidence. And KAPE has only had like a few minutes here and there. But if it's his time to step up and he's getting a starting shirt, or Mosquera, we've got to see that. We've got to see and have confidence he can handle the job. We've got to see that he can't for us to then implement that lack of faith on them. Like, because you got to separate your worry of Gabriel and his presence missing than to what an KAPE or a Mosquera could bring to the team. Because from the sample size, the Mosquera's look quite good. I'm pretty sure most of us have been quite surprised at his level. No one is saying that he's going to come in and bench Gabriel, or he's going to come in and, you know, no need to worry. But it's more, you've seen enough to know that he's giving you some confidence. And then, you know, in KAPE, an experienced player. I think the one thing with KAPE for me is that he's very good in the air from set pieces. I'm not saying he's Gabriel level, but he scored a lot of goals for Bayer Leverkusen from corners, being a threat. He's very explosive, very aggressive. So I'm interested to see if that's something that we exploit if he plays, if he's able to kind of, you know, be a threat in the box as well. Maybe teams don't know too much about him because of the scouting report isn't out there, and maybe we can kind of carbon copy what we've been doing, innit? But it's time for man to step up, man. It's time for man to step up. Ultimately, I'm not here for excuse. I'm pretty sure all us Arsenal fans have said no excuse this year. We need to go for the title. So if there's no excuse this year, then we've got to know that, okay, if the next man comes in, we've got to have some belief that they're going to be able to handle the job, because we want to win the title. So Mosquera and KAPE or Lewis Skelly comes in, has got to maintain the level we've been showing. Otherwise, there's an excuse, right? Technically.
Yeah, it's the only thing for me. I'm gonna go too deep into this. The only thing is for me, is that experience is definitely underrated when it comes to, you know, defense, because you need that experienced player at the back. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Every team's got that experience centre back, you know, that, you know what I mean, been there, done that, you know, worn the t-shirt. And if you look at our back line, it's pretty young, you know. Saliba 24, KAPE is 23, in it. Is he 23 or something like that? Calafiori's 22, 23.
Timber 23,
24. Yeah, 24. Yeah. So
Ben White. I think it's only Ben White that's, you know, pushing. I think he's 27.
That's a bit older. Yeah. So it's kind of
as well.
Yeah. So it's kind of young, man. But who starts left back on Sunday? Do you think?
I think you don't take a risk with Calafiori given the week that we have. I think, well, if he's completely fit, because I've been hearing reports of like saying that like Gattuso was like, when he came in, he saw that he had a bit of a knock, so they literally told him not to play. They were very precautionary, sent him back to Arsenal out of respect of Arsenal. So that, and obviously that's why the Fab report comes out and he says that obviously he can play. But I don't want to risk him because obviously Bayern's there. You got Chelsea away as well, and you know, Miles coming in from the cold. Obviously, you don't want him to just start 3 heavy games in a week. I'm not saying he can't handle it. I'm confident with him. So I think I'll start Lewis Skelly just on the basis of, you know, bringing some fresh legs in, bringing that Highland talent, North London derby. I think, as I said on Sunday, like, I think he will take up to that game very well. If he's able to get a start, which maybe he wouldn't have expected to, I'm pretty sure he will try and keep his position. So a very good performance will be following that. So I'm Lewis Skelly all the way. Even if Calafiori is fit, you can give him a rest since he had been injured, and, you know, bring him in maybe on is it Tuesday or Wednesday we play Bayern Munich? I think it'll be Wednesday. Yeah. How about you? Did you start?
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, who did I pick to start? I think you said
Calafiori on Sunday because you were
if he was fit, if he was fit. But obviously, you know what that guy is like, man. You know, I mean, once he once he gets a little injury, you know what I mean, you just want to just wrap him up in
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking now, man. Because
cool yourself.
With the Gabriel thing now, we don't want to have like, I don't want the same thing in the attack tap into defense where like most of our defense is out and we're having to, you know, shift man around or, you know, fill in the gaps with players that are not naturally playing there or young players in positions, like for example. So I think we've got to protect who's in that red zone, innit? End of the day.
Definitely. But you know what? Yeah, there has been some positive news coming, you know, coming forward that Jesus, he looks like he's going to be added to the first team. Now, the question I put out there is, so he injured himself. Man's been doing his analysis here. He got injured in January.
The Man United game, FA Cup.
Yeah, he's done his ACL. Now, usually they say it takes about a year, you know, from an ACL or something to come back. But it's been about 10 months now. Can you see him playing a little part in the game on Sunday? Can you see him?
I think obviously he returned to first team training. They announced it. Was it the week before the Sunderland game? If I'm correct.
Oh right, okay.
If I'm correct, they when we did that post and they put it out, he's back in full training with the team and stuff. So he's been training for at least three or so weeks with the team. Obviously, I think a lot of the boys didn't get called up, so there was still some guys he would have been having some competitive training with. And I think being injured, it's just about proving your fitness, proving that your legs can handle it. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing a heavy test on him after every session, seeing how his legs feel after the load, what the recovery's like. If he's available and he's fit and he can be part of the squad, I definitely want to see him. Like the only way I think you always talk about players getting fit, match fit. The only way you can get match fit is play matches, right? You can play training matches, you can do behind closed doors, all you like, innit? But you can never replicate the intensity of a game. And given the fact that obviously we're hearing some news that Gyökeres maybe might miss this game, you know, or might fall short, is a doubt. I don't think let me say that there's a doubt. Let's say that he's fully out. I think if you have a natural striker, whether he starts on the bench, probably will. Like it will be a good option. And if there's a hungry Jesus who might see it as an opportunity with those players that in his position aren't necessarily back yet, as maybe I can come on, get a goal, maybe push myself into the starting lineup for one of these games coming up midweek, I think it'll be good. Obviously, if he's not fully ready, don't rush it because you don't, as you said, it's an ACL injury and he's had multiple of those, so you don't want to potentially risk it. But as I think I told you this, he's been training by himself since August. Because he's done the injury before, you can imagine that he knows what the process of recovery is like. It will be frustrating in the beginning, but he's got to know, okay, I need to do this and this and that, and then maybe I'll do a bit extra because I don't want to get a bit more injured in it. So he's been training by himself since August. I remember go to his Instagram, it says 24th of August he was on the pitch. I remember when he was posting all those posts and stuff. So what it's like 3-4 months of training the season. That 3-4 months of training. Now he's back in first team. I would put him in. Would you? Because I think having no other striker, like for example, against Sunderland, having a noose there, you know, Mikel's probably unlikely to want to, bring him in that magnitude of a game. But if it was a Jesus who's an experienced player, hungry.
Yeah, but how many? It's about the minutes though that you give him. How many minutes do you give Jesus? You give him minimal minutes if you're going to bring him into the game.
Maximum 25-30 minutes, I think, is what you give him. Like
that's a bit too much for me.
That's a maximum minute. That's what I said. Maximum.
If we're winning, if we're winning,
like because I feel like because if it's like if you're gonna give him 10 minutes, I don't really see the point, because it's not like he's gonna get match fit off that. And say you did want to plan to use him against Bayern or Chelsea, you want to get him ramped up, at least see how his leg reacts to those minutes. Obviously, it's a North London derby, there'll be challenges flying everywhere and stuff, but I would give him about 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean? 30 minutes.
He's not back.
I don't think Odegaard is back yet. But as
late November, they're saying, I think.
Mikel's presser is on Friday, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be coy on a lot of things, but I'll be watching. But it's time for Ronaldo to do his thing at home.
Up to BBK Sports,
big game.
Man.
So yeah, shout out my bro, shout out Lapti and Guna as well. It's a lot, bro, but it's a lot. I want to get fit.
For me, my opinion on Jesus, I want to use him as minimal as I can in this, especially the Tottenham game, where they're going to be kicking the hell out of us. But as you said, it's good to test these players. And remember as well, yeah, the game's not 90 minutes these days. Yeah, they like to play 98 minutes, whatever, 100 minutes or whatever. So I would bring him on maybe 90th, 85th minute or something like that. You know what I mean? Because yeah, bro, because the thing is, yeah, the way Jesus plays, yeah, he's an all action guy, isn't it? So he puts everything's on the field with him, innit?
Presses
So
with his life, he
presses and all that kind of stuff.
Even,
And
his injury came from him running back to try and block a shot from Bruno Fernandes.
Exactly.
Think on the edge of our box, innit? Yeah, you're right.
You've got to really be careful with these type of players, especially this guy that's had 2 ACLs. I don't want to risk him because these guys, yeah, once their brain, he's like a dog on a bone, bro. Yeah, he's just
like already. Yeah,
man's he's gonna be hungry as well.
Especially when you haven't played ball for 10, 11 months, fam. You've been dreaming of the moment to get on that pitch.
He's gonna be crazy, man. We need it, and we actually need him for the next few games. So I think we need to handle him proper.
Yeah, obviously, it's all dependent on how he's fitting. If he's okay to go, give him a good amount of time to maybe see how he can react and he can get up to speed, maybe affect the game. If it's, as you said, if you're comfortable, maybe you bring him on. We bring him on. I'm with what Latvian said. I think with the way games are now, with some of the refs slowing down the games and stuff, ball's only in play for 35, 40 minutes of the whole 90. And obviously, I'm just more wary that it's the North London derby. Maybe Spurs might come in a bit more feisty in the challenges and stuff. And then that's the kind of game you don't want to put a Jesus back in. But if we're popping them, which I expect and hope we can do, then maybe that's a nice sprinkle at the end of the game to bring on. Maybe similar to that, was it the United game when, I think Declan Rice scored that equalizer when Gabriel did that offside for the Garnacho, and then Jesus got that third goal. I think that's when he just kind of came back from injury as well.
Yeah.
He scored that. I want something like that. That would be my dream. Just come back.
Yeah, that would be a dream.
That would be a dream. Get some confidence, and then
that'd be a dream. That'd be a dream. But anyway, I want to talk about the game just in isolation for a moment, because as much as we speak about our players, we don't speak about the opposition. I think we need to speak about the enemy, because Spurs on the road, they've got a very good away record. I think they've played teams like City, Burnley, Everton. Who else have they played away? Who else have they played away? They've won. I think they've drawn a couple, and they've won a few away games. I wasn't too overly impressed with their record, to be honest. Obviously, beating City is decent, but the other teams, they should be beaten. But you know what? Fair play to Thomas Frank. He got them playing well away from home. Clearly, they don't feel the pressure away from home. They don't feel as much pressure away from home. Do you think they're coming to Arsenal with a bit of confidence? New manager. They've got some new players. Kudos. Who's the other guys they bought as well? Who they got? Kudos. Yeah, Simmons. And who's the other one? Is it just those two?
Colomani, but I think he's got an injury still.
Is he injured now?
He got a jaw injury, so I think he's out for a couple of weeks.
Oh, still. Right. Okay. So how do you feel that, they've got a lot of injuries as well, but I think they're going to have a lot of players coming back as well. These managers, they like to do the sneaky thing and
be coy. Yeah. I like it.
Coy on everything.
Don't give away anything.
How do you think? How do you feel what do you feel they're coming to the Emirates with confidence, or do you feel that they're going to be like, you know what, we've learned the lesson from watching Sunderland. Yeah, we're going to sit back. Yeah, we're going to be physical. We're going to play long balls. Because people can learn from watching that Sunderland game, innit, and get a few little pointers. How do you feel their approach is going to be to this game?
Yeah, knowing Thomas Frank, rating Thomas Frank as well, and seeing the Spurs games I've been able to catch this season. Obviously, if we also take it back to pre-season when we faced Spurs, they did implement like a very nasty low block. That's the kind of game they played. They got a goal on a counter attack, and and they defended well in it. Like, I think, yeah, like any team, if they have the tools to play like how Sunderland played, or try and rough up Arsenal the way Sunderland did, then of course I think teams will go for it. Obviously, it's a bit different because I'm pretty sure Spurs will want to try and play football, and if they wouldn't be able to implement that style, but Simmons or some of the more younger players they have in attack, especially if they're missing Omani. I know they'll play with Richarlison, but he ain't that great. Simmons hasn't performed. I rate Simmons personally, but he hasn't played great this season so far. I think Kudus has been injured. I don't know if he's back for this game. Might be one of the ones. Who knows if he will start or not, if he's fully ready. And yeah, like, I think they will be up for the game. It's a derby game. Obviously, Spurs Arsenal is like one of the biggest games in England, like one of the most enjoyable derbies, I would say. The home team normally wins. Obviously, Arsenal have kind of changed that in the last couple of years, winning at their ground, 2 of the last 3 years, or 3 of the last 4 years, I should say. But I think we should have enough to smoke Spurs, man. I think we'll be up for the game. The crowd will be up for the game. I think Frank will probably come and play a low block, try hit us on the counter, and I think it might just play into our hands, us having a bit of the ball, us trying to, break them down with our crowd, and I'm trying to frustrate them. I think we've matured a lot more than that preseason game when I think we lost 1-0, if I'm correct, and it was quite timid. The football was quite timid and lethargic and similar to last season. I think, as I'm always going to reference, that Sunderland second half, something has been unlocked. Whether we continue from that, I believe we will. It'll be interesting, but that's just what I believe.
Do you think that our game will change slightly, that Gabriel's not in the team now? Gyökeres is not starting, so we're probably gonna start with Marino. How do you think our style of play is gonna be on Sunday? As BBK says, dead game of football loading. I can see Saka being the difference in this game. Maybe a Trossard as well, but overall, I don't know if it's going to be a great game on Sunday. It's always hyped up. There usually are good games though, the Spurs and Arsenal games, isn't it? They usually are decent games, isn't it?
Yeah,
don't you think?
Like, I don't think we've had apart from that. Was it a away game last? Was it a away game last season? No, I think we beat them 2-1 or 3-1 last season. The 2-2 even at Emirates was good. The 1-0 at their ground last season, when we had a few players injured, I think that was more of a dead game. We came there with a game plan to play a bit more of a low block and not give them anything. But we're at home. We have to take the onus to them. We've just come off the back of dropping points before the break. We want to extend our lead. I'm pretty sure we play last out of everyone else, so potentially the lead could even be shortened before we play that game. So I don't see a dead game happening. I think I see a game where Arsenal will try and give them some smoke, even if we don't have our full attacking players back. Whether it amounts to that, because we do have both managers that are defensively conscious, obviously that's the difference. And what's his name? Frank might play, that workhorse, workman like midfield, Paulinho, Sarr and Bentancur, maybe just to try and
about Paulinho as well,
make it a bit difficult.
Make a difference in that game, innit?
It would Arsenal have enough to kind of potentially exploit them and pull players out of position and create some spaces in the middle. We just need to score early, so then that way the crowd is in it. The crowd's given that motivation, because it's a derby that they're going to be players flying into challenges. Your Romeros and the guys. I'm not saying he's rash, but he is rash,
bro. He is rash. Come on, let's be real.
He's kind of calmed down a bit. I would say I give him some credit there. Like, he's not the same as a couple of seasons ago. Obviously, you can't always take a dog out. A dog gonna be a dog, even if you train him as much. A dog is still a dog, in it. But I think he's okay in it. But
who's their danger man? Who's their danger man on Sunday? Kudos. I think Kudos can potentially.
If he's fit and he plays, I think if not. Like, because they're gonna have a Richarlison, Odegaard.
They have Johnson. Brendan Johnson is
that guy's whack, man.
He does get GA though, isn't it?
He gets GA, but he's actually whack. So I'm not worried about him. Maybe in the box, but I'm not you got to do a lot to get to our box if they're gonna come and play more of a low block type of game. And Kudus, because we've seen Kudus for West Ham cause us some problems over the years. So in a game like this, maybe his first game back, he might be hungry if he's playing. But if he's not playing, and there's no Omani, and it's like a Richarlison, Johnson, Or maybe like Odegaard. I can't lie to you. With all due respect to those players, fam, I would be disappointed if Arsenal don't handle them and then also put some goals in back of the net.
Yeah, so Arteta, we need you to do something on Sunday. I was gonna say this. I'm gonna make this bold statement. Yeah, our title race starts on Sunday.
Yeah, that's not a bold statement. I said the first. I guess our title race. I think these games up until the January New Year's, I think, is for us to fully establish our control of the title race. I would say the title race will start after the New Year, but I think it's opportunity for us to potentially, give ourselves a good position, some good feelings, some good moments, and some points on the board. That's potentially maybe a gap to kind of go into that real running when there's 15 games, 16 games left, second half of the season and move. Like, I'm a BBK man, like. Yeah, whoever plays, like, obviously, I some of their players are good. I don't think Simmons shit. I don't think Tell shit, but they're not anything I'm worried about at all. Where we can't handle, even without a Gabriel, where he's our best player. I think Mascara's proven coming on Anfield, handling Ekitike and Salah and all the likes of those players. Like, I'm not really worried about them. It's not me being arrogant. It's just they haven't been that impressive this season for me. Like, even though they're obviously their points are quite high, I think they're fourth in the table right now, something like that. Like, I'm not really been impressed by them. So I think Arsenal Spurs at the Emirates. I think there should only be one winner. There's always one winner, and that should be us. And I think of the three games in this week, outside of the derby, you would argue that's probably the easier of the three games, like compared to Chelsea and Bayern.
Yeah,
given Chelsea's quality, I think Parma's back. Bayern, a great team. So we've got to see this as a must. It's a must win, but I think I'm confident we can win, and I think the players, the manager will know that. Like, when you come off the back of some points dropped, there's no more arrogance. The bubble is burst. You have to you want to blow that bubble to being big again. You got to start from zero. So you got to start again, like as if like what you're saying. The season starts now again, or the title race starts now. And let's see what we do, man. I'm confident though. Maybe I'm showing.
I'm very confident. I'm definitely confident, but you know what? Yeah, sometimes confidence can breed arrogance, innit? I'm not saying we're arrogant, but it can breed arrogance. And just because we know their shit, yeah. Sunderland, we went in that game thinking, boy, 3 points, and guess what happened? The man just carried on, and do you know what, man? Teams might be looking at us now, and I'm not saying Spurs are that team, yeah, but teams might be looking at us now and looking at that little chink. Gabriel is out. It's like if we were going to Anfield tomorrow and Van Dijk was out, you'll be like, you know what? There's a chance now to beat these men because Van Dijk's out. You know what I'm saying? He's their best defender and all that. So, there's quality all over the pitch for Arsenal in it. We got quality, we got winners that could win games in a team. It's just that you just think, you know what, these man, yeah, even Bayern Munich, you know what I mean, they be looking at us and thinking, boy, these man, yeah, we slap them usually, and they've got their best defender out, But I just wanted to get into that because at some point over the next week, when we play Bayern and Chelsea, he's going to have to, Arteta's going to have to rotate the squad. Now, this is where Arteta is usually tested, when he has to rotate the squad between two big games. If you are rotating the squads, how would you approach Bayern and the Chelsea game? Would you go strong all out for Bayern, or would you just like, you know what, we've got a little bit of respite here. It doesn't matter if we draw, you know what I mean? Obviously don't want to lose the game, yeah. But do you go strong, or do you just like, you know what, we've got a big game on Sunday against Spurs. Let me just rotate and then just, you know what I mean, play a full strong team on Sunday. That would be my approach. But I just wanted to know what your approach would be if you were the manager.
I would, big games, you want to play your best players, man. Like, I think especially with the injuries we have as well, there's not that much rotation we can really do. Yeah, maybe you look
Well,
at
if we got
Ben
Finn
White,
coming back, if we got
Jesus.
not just Jesus, but if Noni's
Yeah, if
Noni be back,
Madueke,
though? We don't know, do we?
I think obviously I've seen that he got a trim a couple of days ago, and that always gives me a sign of like I know when the players like once. You know what I'm saying, like your first game back at the Emirates, you know
Thank God.
yeah, I mean that's my measurement, isn't it? I'm not don't judge
Details,
me.
boy. Innit?
I ain't no
Attention to
anti-hero or
detail,
nothing.
bro.
But you know me, I'm a nerd, innit? So if like a couple of the players are back, then obviously cool. Like that gives you a bit more confidence to know maybe okay, second half of the Spurs game, you start with this maybe a similar team against Sunderland, and then you kind of maybe rotate, bring some players on, save those players. I would start a strong team, like whoever the strongest team looks like at this current point in time. I think I start the same similar team against Bayern and Spurs. I think you try and win that Spurs game, win it well, win it early enough to where you can maybe make a couple of changes for some players to get some minutes into their legs and take off some players that you want to know that you want to rest. But like, say for example, Calafiori doesn't start this game. We start Lewis Skelly, but he's fit and he's on the bench. Yeah, Calafiori can come in against Bayern. I'm not worried about that. Ben White for Timber, if you see it as best, I'm not worried about that. If it's a Noni for a Saka, for example, I don't think he'll do that in that game. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think how I would measure it is maybe giving certain players a maximum amount of minutes you're going to play them in the game. So you hope to potentially win that game within that 60 minutes. So then that way you take off a Saka early. If Madueke is back, put Madueke on for the last 30. You have that, you reserve Saka. You kind of maybe take off Lewis Skelly or Calafiori, you bring on Lewis Skelly. Like stuff like that. You take off a Timber, you bring on White, you protect Timbers, you know, whatever you do. I don't know who else would I say is maybe
Timber
Rice.
injured the other day, didn't he? He had a cut on, he had a big cut.
And then he came back on. Obviously, I know he's got that dog in him, he's a real dog. But
man.
Yeah, those swings there, then you just manage it because you know, like as you said, it's a big game. You don't want to make too many changes in these big games where you want to win. You want to play your best players that you know are going to go up against those opponents who also have high quality players as well. Not saying we don't have high quality players, but you want to play a consistent team. I think you just got to measure it. Like if there's any players coming back from the red zone in international break, then you manage their minutes adequately and properly. That's just how I would do it. But against Bayern and Spurs, I would start similar. I would really make minimal changes because I would want to potentially go in there with some consistency and some changes, like and some confidence, like if off the back of a win potentially or a win I'm predicting and I'm saying against Spurs. So yeah.
Do you think we win all 3 games?
I'm predicting that we win all 3 games. I expect.
Are you confident that we win all 3 games?
Yeah, I'm confident going to each of the games. I'm not like there's no fear of any of these teams, in it. Like, and as I told you, remember on Sunday, like I need my get back at some of these teams, in it. Bayern, Chelsea. Chelsea haven't beaten us, but we've drawn there in the last couple of years. I think it's given some. Speaking to one of my Chelsea mates the other day, he has all the chest in the world, thinking he's gonna beat us. I'm just like,
let me tell you something about Chelsea quickly. Yeah, sorry to cut you. Let me. And this is out to Hanno, yeah, and Chelsea fan, yeah. I know you're listening, yeah, in the background, yeah. These men ain't got chest for Burnley, you know, but they got chest for us.
Yeah.
How does that work? How does that work?
I think Chelsea, like most fans, and it's funny enough, they use Arsenal as their comparing stick, innit? So you know how a lot of fans downplay Arsenal as a good team. They just say, oh, they kind of analyze us, set pieces. Or
yeah.
Set pieces defense. They don't read nothing else. They don't look at anything else, which is I know where you don't really. Either you're watching the games for entertainment and maybe you're not entertained because either we're winning or the football is not what you want to see. Some basketball game.
Definition of a hater. Yeah, go on.
You know what I mean, or you're just you're hating, so you're just trying to belittle what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? Because that's just what it is. But when you look at their defense and lack of defense, basically, and you look at some of the games, the inconsistency, one good one game, bad one game.
Yeah.
As you said, everyone has chest for Arsenal. I don't know why Chelsea do, because because that's what they will say, the best in the world, and Cole Palmer is the best thing. Do you know what I mean? But then when you talk about Robert Sanchez and Tosin and Chalobah and all these, man, there's no chest, but that's half of your team that has got to keep out goals. I just laugh. I want us to humble them, so then them man just kind of understand you're just there. I think the Club World Cup kind of made Chelsea fans think they have arrived, didn't it? When they played, a silly competition. So yeah, I agree. That's what
there's no World Cup. There's no World Cup.
Esteval is a very, very good player. I like him. Let me not act like he's not, but let him have a season in the Prem. Let him do his thing. Let him potentially.
This is what I'm saying, man.
Cool.
Let me ask you a question. I'm asking you big questions today, because I saw big up to Gunner Street. Yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to Gunner Street. Yeah, I think I've shared a video on my YouTube space, yeah. Why is Saka the bar for every player? Why is it always Saka? Why can't they compare like to Foden and to Doku and to Gakpo and to Salah? And why do they always come for our players?
Because you only compare to the best. You only strive to want to be better than the
But
best.
they don't think they're the best though.
But that's what I'm saying. But when you put that mentality in, like, it's funny, like, because their excuse would be, oh, but you man gas Saka, so we're trying to show you that. No, like, Saka plays consistently. He's improved. He's been one of the best players in the Premier League for like the last 4 or 5 years, and like, unluckily for him, he's still the same age as most of these players that you're comparing him to. But he's had a larger body of work, so you can't even discredit his thing. You see him gone from when the team was dead to when the team has been okay, from the team is one of the best to potentially one of the best now. And he's as important, if not been as consistent for England in almost the last 3-4 international competitions he's played, and been our best player. I want to say our best player, being man of the matches consistently again in this international break. He's done his thing. Like, I think it's just that people don't like that he's good. And I think because there's question of, obviously, Saka's not there doing a million step overs, an elastico, a rainbow flick, or, playing with us. I guess a certain, he has flair, he has skill, but not a certain flair that maybe people love to see. Like, they compare, a Neymar type flair or something like that. People don't want to discredit him. So it's like a hate thing, because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you talk to everyone off cam, seriously, everyone rates and loves Saka. I think when it gets to Travelers, everyone wants to kind of downplay Arsenal. We're at the stop now where
they want to do the YouTube thing, yeah.
We're at the stop now where most of our good players, they just what's left is winning. Because I want to know what happens when we win. What the respect
That's a conversation.
Is for Saka, for Rice, for Gabriel, for Raya, even. Like, I want to know what you say, because, like, with Saka now, it was, he hasn't done it in Champions League. He went Champions League, I think he's the highest English, or second highest English goal scorer behind Harry Kane now, which is crazy. I think he hasn't done it in the big games. You saw him at the Bernabeu. You saw him against Real Madrid first leg. You saw him score at the Parc des Princes, even though he missed that chance. He still scored. Like, he's played in Champions League well. He's scored in the last 4 away games. He's been consistent. Can he do it again? Can he improve his GA? Funny enough, I shout out to Gunner Street in his video. I didn't notice that. Like, he had 10 assists last season after 13 Premier League games.
Did he?
Yeah.
10.
He finished, like, I think, top 3 in
the system. He got injured as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I was always saying, like, maybe he didn't get injured. He could have potentially.
But they say it was corners, though. They're going to say it's corners.
It don't matter. Corners, how many guys are putting in corners and guys are heading in the corners consistently? That means you're doing something right. It's like saying, you only score 3 kicks. Oh, if I just score 3 kicks, I'm scoring goals. Like, what are we doing here? Like, crossing is crossing. It's harder. Like, it's harder to cross from a dead ball than to cross from a moving ball. There's momentum, shifts. Players are, all over the place. Like, in the corner, everyone's set in the zone. The keeper is set. It's harder to kind of put in pinpoint. So I think people need to stop discrediting that. But Saka's the benchmark.
You need to win something to shut these men up in it, really, innit?
That's all I need. Like, bro, I want to see what the football scope looks like. Not just for Arsenal fans that maybe are negative, just for opposition fans that, I'm saying it. Big up you, Godfrey, as well, man. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, definitely. And ban you haters, yeah, because, you know what I mean? I had a show with Yasser. Did you see that show?
Yeah, I've seen that, man.
And, like, we was talking about Timber in it, and he was like saying, well, you know what, Timber ain't on the same level as Reece James and all that kind of stuff like that. And I didn't want to get too into it, because I know that my player is I see Timber is world class. I don't really care what anyone says, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Timberlino.
Do you know what I mean? Just because he don't do the free kicks and, certain crosses like Reece, it doesn't mean that 2 man can't be, on that pedestal.
World class. And there's different reasons why they're both world class. Like, not every player's gonna have the same intangibles. I always say that, because
how many man have you seen bruck up Timber like recently?
None.
You have seen James, though, innit? You have seen James get bruck up a few times.
And I'm not even being biased. I can't remember the last time Timber got skinned. Like, a player actually did a skill, went past him, and was successful. Maybe the last time was it Champions League? When that first leg, Dembele scored that goal. Maybe that's the only time maybe he's kind of had a moment. And we're talking about one.
You can't even remember it. You can't even remember it. That's how long ago it was.
Even Jeremy Doku, who I think had a very good game at the Emirates when he played us.
Yeah.
like if you go watch back his draws to Timber, he didn't do anything against him. A lot of his joy came when he was going central. A lot of his joy came when he went onto the right hand side. Like Timber straps up everyone, like everyone, like whoever plays on that left wing for another team, you just count them as not playing, innit? Maybe you
know, before the game, it's like, man, it's gonna be a long day against Timber today, bro. I
don't know how he's a very good defender, and obviously I think he's added a lot to his attacking game, like in terms of just the ball carrying.
Yeah, he's not a bad attacker as well, though. That's the thing. He's not bad at
attacking. Very good player. Like he's a very good footballer. Like he's dribbling and he's dropping on the shoulders and you know step overs and all these things. It's clean. He burns man as well. Like I think people obviously because Reece James got a great free kick, great delivery, and he's a good footballer, and he's been doing it for a long time. Yeah, obviously there's credit there, but I hate that it's like there can only be one good player in one position, and then that's the guy who's getting.
My problem with these man. There's only one good right back in the world. It's got to be my right back.
Like if you rate Saliba, that means you don't rate Van Dijk. If you rate Saka, that means you don't rate Salah or Lamine. If you rate Kane, you don't rate Haaland. Bro, if you
I blame Nems for all these problems, you know.
If you say Raya is a very good keeper, it means you're saying Donnarumma is dead, or you're saying this person is dead, or
Alisson, and
they all can be good. Like, bro, like we had it's just funny.
Is this just Twitter talk though? Is it just
tribalism sometimes blinds logic? That's what football is about, and it's fun. Sometimes we all get into it, but sometimes you have to reel yourself in and say, I don't want to sound just stupid off the back of trying to back my players or trying to discredit your players, isn't it?
Yeah, I hear it. What score predictions, man? What's your score on Sunday? You done 4 there for a sec. Oh, 3-0, yeah?
3-0 whitewash.
I think it's going to be closer than that, you know. I think it's going to be like a 2-1 or something. Obviously, a good 2-1. We got 2-0 and they score like late or something.
Possible. I just think a reaction is needed for me to, you know, just get the,
the monkey off your back.
You know, like when the car is smooth in it, and then maybe there's a little, you just have to tweak a little one side. Do you know what I mean? Just to get the car. That's all I need. Just a good win, convincing win, just to get the confidence and that vibe flowing again. I'm not saying it's gone or nothing, but just there, like I could see us conceding. If I'm looking at majority of the games in North London derbies, I think they've scored at Emirates in the last at least 4 or 5 games. So maybe if a 3-1 looks more realistic, I think Godfrey's right there. But I want to see a 3-0. I want to see us convincingly give them some smoke, and I think that kind of again puts everyone back on notice again. Like, oh damn, these men had one blip, and they're just back again.
Yeah. But speaking of,
what's your prediction?
I said 2-1. I said I think it'd be a comfy 2-0, but they might just get a goal near the end or something. You know, I don't know. I hope they don't. I hope it's just 2-0. But where do you see? So we're probably going to start with Marino on Sunday. Yeah. Now, Marino is one of them players. Yeah, he's either really good or he's terrible. Let's call a spade at the end of the day. Do you think it changes on Sunday? Do you think he steps up on Sunday, or do you think it's just going to be like one of them frustrating games for him?
I think, like, funny enough, when he does score, it's similar to like Trossard maybe last season. I think Trossard this season's kind of changed that. Like, it's not like against Slavia, probably got the brace. I don't think he was outstanding. Yeah. But he got the 2 goals, so you don't care about the performance because he's just playing strike and he's doing what you need to do. Same thing with how maybe opposition fans judge.
He just needs that chance in it, and then
and you know he's a good finisher. So for me, it's just more if you do get a good chance or get into a good position, just put your chances away. And I'm not really worried about the rest because I know you're not going to run into the channels. That's not your game. You're not going to even like the back to goal like Havertz or Jesus. You can't do it to the level they do it. So it's like just take your chances, and obviously when you can hold up the ball, link up well. If you can be physical in the air, now that Gabriel's out, maybe you now step up as one of our main threats from set pieces and stuff. Take that emphasis.
I didn't think about that. Because he's good in the air, isn't it? He's good in the air.
I'm saying like, or maybe some crosses from Saka from the half space, back post crosses and stuff like that. Like that's where I want to see. Obviously, I know Sunderland dealt with our crossing very well. I'm not saying Spurs can't. Romero, Van der Ven are very good defenders.
The keeper's dodgy though. Vicario is dodgy, man, on set pieces.
Vicario is dodgy with crosses. You still got Porro playing right back. So I think there's areas of the game that I think we can win. I think Porro against Trossard again. I think there's going to be nightmares flashing in his eyes, and with the form Trossard's in, do you know what I mean? Like, And then obviously, I think whether it's Udogie or Spence, it probably will be Udogie starting left back. Obviously, I think Saka. We've seen.
Oh, Udogie, yeah.
Yeah.
What about Spence? No, I think Spence starts.
I think after that little running of back and forth with Frank after whatever game.
Oh, Udogie.
Yeah, I think Spence got dropped for the next couple of games. Well, started on the bench, so I don't. Maybe he might start. It would be more wise for them to start him, given the fact that he's a good defender. But I think, well, whoever starts, I think Saka will still have them on toes because I don't see them double teaming.
Spence is a good defender, though, bro, man. He's very good, man. He's very good. Big up to Spence as well, yeah. And big up to Spence's mum as well.
He absolutely broke his body, bro. Like, pause. And I think I need him to break him again. So I think there's areas that we can win the game, innit? I think, you know, Rice, Zubimendi, Eze as well. North London derby, his first North London derby, Arsenal boy, Arsenal fan. Like, this is there's areas where I think we can do our thing. It's just about us, you know, coming with the attitude from the minute.
We've not spoken about our midfield yet. We've not mentioned Rice once in this conversation. We mentioned defense, we mentioned wingers, we mentioned the attack, but we've not mentioned Rice or Zubimendi or Eze once.
It's because Rice and Zubimendi have been some of our best performers this season, and I know. And
you need to tell the Arsenal fans this, bro. You need to tell the Arsenal fans this.
No way, man. I got a video on Rice coming out in the next 2 days.
Okay,
so you man have a look. But obviously, okay, I'll let you know in a second. But
what was
that? We haven't actually discussed that. We haven't actually definitively said.
Did we discuss this? I'm sure we discussed this, didn't we?
We had a conversation, but I didn't actually say who I want. But okay, just quickly, I would go for this game. I would go Mascara next to Saliba with Lewis Skelly left back. Just because obviously Mascara's had.
So what? And KAPE doesn't start.
Not for this game. I think if Gabriel's out, I would go more long term in KAPE starting left centre back. But for this specific North London derby, I would go with Mascara.
Is it because they've had those minutes together already?
Yeah, just the minutes he played together. He's already played in a couple of big games. He's come on against City. He's come on against Liverpool. So he knows, has a bit of a taste already. And I just want a bit, because then maybe against Bayern you can put in KAPE in there and then kind of get him going. Like, I'm not saying that because it's an easier game, just like first game back, you want to go as safe as possible to make sure you get the 3 points, and then you kind of move as you want to rotate. So that's what I'll do. Who would you do, Godfrey? But who
would you do, Godfrey, man?
I just think we need to I think Zubimendi and Rice are quality consistent. I think a lot of our good play comes from them. The rotation that they're doing now, two of them playing, you know, both of them playing sick, one playing high, one playing low, all that stuff. It confuses teams as well. You know, them joining into the attack, playing very high and trusting, you know, the likes of our defense to be back there, you know, 1v1. I think I like, and I don't see, you know, Zubimendi coming off a goal scoring Spain international break. Rice, obviously, I don't know if he got an assist. I'm not sure if he did, but either way, like, we need to got that quality. Rice in it for England. I don't know if he got an assist in this international break. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
I ain't even watching. I ain't even watching.
I don't think so. But even if he didn't, they're quality. And Eze, obviously, people have
scored a quality goal. Eze, he scored
an amazing goal. He's going to be confident. It's a big game for him. I think, you know, we've seen a lot of Arsenal fans start to kind of low key call him out a bit. You know, saying, oh, they want more from him and stuff like that, which is fair. I'm not saying it's not fair. It's not fair, but I think this is a game.
Yeah, but what more do they want from him? Was it
AFC always? Man, just want to see him do jinky, man. Let's call a spade a spade. Man, want to see him do a couple of step overs, dry pass, man. That's what man want to see, and they say is more. I don't think he's playing bad or doing anything. I think because people anticipated, oh, he's going to be the one to bring in, you know, flair and, you know, just like take away the rigidness of our attack and stuff like that. And now they're not seeing it. They're like, oh, like either him or it's Mikel, you know, preventing him. I think someone like Jesus has proven that I don't think Mikel ever tells any players to not do anything. Madueke came on, was constantly taking on his man every single time without fail. So I think it's about the space that you can do that. I always say it's easier for you to do that from either false line position.
He ain't got space though, you know. Eze ain't got no space in that midfield, bro.
Do that stuff from a false line position or wing, because false nine, the midfielders don't know if they can grab you, and the centre backs, if they don't follow you in, you always kind of have some space in it.
Eze's a marked man now. He's a marked man now.
He's been marked man. So I think it's time for him. It's a game where he can maybe have a moment or two, and I think he can do it. Like, but our midfield is good, man. I'm confident for this game, man. I'm very excited for this game as well. I think
Spurs give you space as well. That's one thing about it. Spurs let you have the ball as well, so they will give us space.
I don't think they're just gonna come straight first half and just play a low block for the. Maybe Frank might say, okay, I don't want to lose the first half. Let's go 0-0, nullify them, frustrate them. But they're gonna want to still have some moments in the counter attack, knowing Arsenal gonna commit a lot of guys, and we've got to try and utilize that. Winning the second balls back and getting our attackers the ball early, man. Like.
Yeah, bro. What about Gyökeres, man? Still out. We don't know, obviously, what's going on with some of the players, man. Odegaard, Gyökeres, Havertz, Noni. That bench, man, is kind of building up. Gabriel, that bench, bro. You know what I mean? Who are we gonna have on the bench? Going forwards, for the next few games, who's on the bench, bro?
Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll just say I'll run through my start now quickly. I think it will be the only changes that I think will be made from the Sunderland game would be Mascara in for Gabriel, and probably a Lewis Skelly for Calafiori. We can't make it. I think everyone else does stay the same.
So what about the bench though? So
I think obviously now,
bench,
like it depends who's back
on the bench.
I think Jesus should be on the bench. I think. I have a feeling Noni will be on the bench. Don't quote me if he's not on the bench on my watch along and say, "Oh, you lied, KAPE." But I think Noni will be there. I think you have Max, you have Ethan, you have a Norgard, you have whoever's not starting left back. You have Ben White. You still have Kepa. And I think that'll be decent enough. It'll be a decent enough bench.
Dalman,
Dalman, Wanyeri, maybe Noni, Jesus, Norgard.
Do you want to see Wanyeri get some minutes, or are you still like, what?
No. I always want to see Ethan. Ethan's one of my favorite players to watch. Like, he's been one of my favorite players to watch for a long time. Like, he's definitely matured. He's had to wait his time, but like this is the type of game, for example. Like, if we're doing well, maybe you bring off an Eze, you bring on an Ethan. Maybe after the 60th minute, if it's necessary, and kind of replicate. And it's a North London derby. I remember when he came on against Spurs in the away game last season, in that last couple of 10 minutes, and he had a couple of good moments taking on some man, and that was his first season. I think Mikel brought him on in the midfield, so I think, I would love to see Ethan, man. Like that, Max. If Noni's not available, if Noni's there, then I think actually at the same time, because you could bring on Noni on the left, the bench should be okay. I think it should be okay with as long as there's a bit more attacking options. I think last game we only had Anus and Dalman as the only attackers really, and that's like, come on, that's not good enough. But if you've got a Jesus and Noni in there, I think then you add that with the Max and Ethan, then that's a bit better, don't you think?
Man, I'm a little bit. I'm just like worried about Gyökeres right now, because I really feel that we need him back soon, because we need that big guy up top. We just need him. Just need that battle hard, brother. You know what I'm saying? That most other teams have got Haaland, Man City, Harry Kane for Bayern Munich, Ekatike for Liverpool. Exactly. We just miss him, bro.
Yeah, we miss our number 9, and our number 9's Havertz is included as well. Like, I think it's disappointing because it came off the back of him.
Is he back though? Is Havertz back? Because I haven't heard nothing. I've not heard anything.
I'm waiting for Mikel's press conference, and obviously I know that that's the first question that he's gonna get asked, and how he answers it is what is gonna let me know. Because I know he's gonna give a riddled like answer, but if he says I think Havertz comes back in December, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what Nagelsmann said. Nagelsmann said something.
Yeah. That's right.
The Norway manager, they both said, but who knows, innit?
They don't know, innit?
Like, they might know, because I'm pretty sure they speak to these guys often, and they're not like Mikel. They have to.
But why would he talk though? Why would Nagelsmann just come out of it?
These men are not because they're thinking more about their own team, innit? Like, they're not necessarily thinking about Arsenal's. Like, whether Mikel wants to, confuse Thomas Frank if he's gonna have certain players or not. They don't give a toss, man. They're like, fam, these players are gonna be back, and we're thinking about potentially when the next international breaks back, can we have these players so then they can make the World Cup squad? That's essentially what it is. So, but we'll see. Mikel's press conference will kind of give it away, but I think with Gyökeres, I think because it's a hamstring injury, we've had 3 hamstring surgeries last season. So I think you've got to manage those injuries careful. So if there's any sign of anything, and if he's not at the stage where he needs any surgery, which clearly he's not, then you just got to make sure he comes back when he's ready. Now, you don't want to rush him back and then pulls it. You know what I mean? Which is why we've got a long season, man. I think because a lot of us are kind of a bit worried. We want to get a good lead, but we're only 11 games.
You've got a long season, but it's critical this part of the season, bro.
No, I agree. As long as he's back for the Christmas period where there's games every single day, we've got a Carabao Cup quarterfinal in there, then I'm okay, man. Obviously, yeah, it's a tough week. That's why I guess a lot of us are looking at it because it's like 3 games that are tough games, essentially. No, not trying to sugarcoat it. So it's like, damn, if we had a lot of our players back, a lot of confidence is there, a lot of options. Who do we start? Who's best for what game? All that stuff, innit? Because we don't have that, or we don't know if that's going to be the case. I think a lot of us are kind of going into these games like we have to run the Marino strike. There's not going to be an adequate bench, maybe like similar to the Sunderland game. Maybe don't, but ultimately we want to. The running is the most important thing. Our post January, and you want to have all your players back, raring to go, fit and available at that time. So then you don't have to strain your squad. I think a lot of our injuries came, Saka December, then it was Havertz in January, as well as Jesus. They all kind of came back to back to back. Then it was Martinelli, then it was Wanyeri as well, and all these injuries was coming back to back to back to back to back. I think if it's happening now, hopefully you prevent it for later. So.
I hear that. Listen, people, yeah, make sure you slap up the likes and everything. Yeah, you know what? When we've been doing these streams, I haven't been really asking too much, to be honest. But yeah, we've got 10 likes. Yeah, let's see if we can get up to 15. If you're watching this back as well, yeah, just when you're watching our streams, yeah, make sure you smash up the likes. Yeah, people, we're trying to grow our channels. You know what I mean? We've been doing this show now for a few months now, and we're trying to build it up. We want to build up. It's not just about having big, content creators on your channel. You know what I mean? I watched Turkish the other day, and how he built up.
Right?
Yeah. He was saying he could have went for the big dogs and streamed with those guys.
Yeah, when he was talking about the supporters club, innit? Yeah.
And he just wanted to find, people that, he just wanted to just find people that he actually has a good kind of like, he gets on with. And you know what? It's all about the chemistry at the end of the day. You can have a LG or a North Side or whoever you want to call it, and the chemistry might not be there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all about building up that chemistry. And if you like the content, and if there's anything that we can improve in, anything else that you want to see, because that's what it's about. It's about improvements. Yeah? Let us know in the comments, and you know what, we will endeavor, to improve it. But we can't improve if you don't let us know what's going on. But talking of improvement, what's going on with you, Guy? What's coming up? What's coming up in the next few days for you, my friend?
Yeah, I'll see. We're rounding up now. I should have the player profile video of Declan Rice. Obviously, I'm almost done editing that.
Looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that.
Finish that tonight, then I'll try and get it out tomorrow. If I don't, then I'll make sure on Friday latest, because I want to get it out before the game. Should have a stream of Gunner Street maybe Friday. Just kind of previewing the game as well, doing our weekly podcast, and
yeah,
I should be doing a watch along for the game. Like 100%, I should be doing watch along for the game. So
okay.
How about you? What you got coming on?
Doing your thing now, innit, with the watch alongs recently, boy.
I'm enjoying them, man. I can't lie to you. Obviously they do well, and I like to watch the game. Obviously, at first, I told you I like to watch games in silent, just look in, take my notes. But I think I'm learning to do both in it, and it's nice to enjoy, making content, watching the game, see my pure raw reaction. Like, no, I'm a very composed guy, but during a 90-minute game, that's when you will see me live or I'm raw cussing.
I think we need to do a watch along one of these days, man. Seriously,
hey, man. If you're down, if you want to do it together this week, I'm down. I'm not doing it with anyone, so I don't mind, innit?
Oh, is it? Yeah, don't say it, because I'll do it. You know me already. If you're going to commit, then I'll do it, bro.
Let's commit.
Hold on, and you got a show on Sunday as well, or you're not doing the show? Or you thinking about it
with us, man?
Yeah, have you thought about that? It has to be a reaction, bro.
Yeah, but we can do that like maybe even 30 minutes after kickoff and stuff. I know you might be wrapping up your watch along. I know BBK might jump on live on his channel and stuff. So yeah, like maybe even if it's
work something out.
Yeah, even if it's a bit like hour after the game.
Yeah,
but
definitely reaction.
Yeah. So we can do all of that. Obviously, I know Gunner Street will be back because he's going to the bar to watch the game still. So
Okay. Where is he in the States? He's in the States, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in New York. He's from New York still.
Oh, wicked. Bayesian, I'm a Bayesian man in New York. Ooh. Anyway,
what about you? So
yeah,
what you got coming up this week still?
Brother, you know me, yeah. I've been like just hitting up various content creators, innit? Do you know what I mean? To just work with them, innit? So I got Tony Claude tomorrow, hopefully, man's on the thing. I want to try. There's a next brother that I want to do a show with. He knows who he is. I'm not going to say his name, but see if I can get him on a show. Arsenal fan as well, content creator. See if I could get him on a show. But definitely the watch-alongs are bread and butters right now. You know what? I put a poll in the chat. Yeah, I was like, I put all the shows or some of the shows that, you know, what's your favorite show? People saying watch-alongs. I don't understand how they love watch-alongs because it's peak. You don't hardly see anyone. No one not hardly say nothing. You might get Nems coming. Hey, Nems rattled me in the Sunderland game, bro. This brother is evil, you know. So can you imagine? It's the last few minutes of the game, yeah, and he's just typing in the chat 2-2. I'm like, what? 2-2? No, I'm just saying it. I was like, Bex, bro, yeah, and then man's and he's like, 2. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I wanted to lose it, bro. If that guy's in your watch along, bro, I'm telling you, he's gonna.
You've been there.
You've been there, yeah. Playing games.
He'll tune into everyone and he'll be like, yeah, like obviously, I think because since before the Sunderland game, every one of them has been sad for him, obviously, as you know, in it. So he'll tune in.
Yeah.
He'll say, "Oh, I want you guys to lose," and then Arsenal will shortly score a goal. 2 game is done, you know. And he's like, "Oh," but I think that game was a nice one for him to enjoy. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the next day when Liverpool got wiped 3-0, he didn't enjoy himself. So he's got to find joy where he can in that. I mean, but the watch alongs people like it because it's just we're all watching the game at the same time. So like
and
all
it's reactions
at the same time
as well.
We all might like someone might cuss someone for doing something, and you might explain it in a certain way. That's like, oh, do you know what? Fair enough. Or you might react a certain way, and someone might be like, no. Or you might miss something, and then they're like, oh yeah, it was the player. It's one of those because it's a very, very interactive. We're all on edge.
Captain's lethal, you know, on match day as well. You know that brother, he's my brethren, but he gets me mad on game day. Yeah, Caps, if you're watching this back here, he gets me mad certain times when watching the game, and he knows it as well. He knows how to press those buttons, man. Seriously, man. But big up yourself, Caps, anyway, every time.
I do enjoy big up Cats. I do enjoy it, man. So I think the more I do them, the more I'm just getting used to how to like just run with them and that. And so I love them, man. Obviously, as I said, don't forget to hit the like button, anyone as well. If you're here,
yeah, man, watching it back.
If you haven't already, just takes 2 seconds. Let's go hit the like button. Just hit, boom.
I've got to do the timestamps as well. Before we go, last thing, City and Liverpool, 3 points for them, or
City got Newcastle away. Obviously, Newcastle are dead or been dead this season so far.
Yeah.
Obviously, not in the Champions League, they've been actually decent, but obviously, international break might have been a refreshing moment for them to kind of, you know, recharge their batteries, retool their focus, and maybe say, you know,
what's his face?
Bruno G.
Bruno. Yeah.
So
boy.
maybe they might come back. Maybe some players will come back. Remember, they've had like the likes of Whistle out all season. They signed him, haven't been able to utilize him.
Yeah.
Is it Jacob? Is it Ramsey? Is only come back now?
Yeah.
They got like let's see they got something for us. I don't know if they do. I'm not as confident, but obviously like,
Gordon's been stinking, you know, bro. Gordon's been
Waltmar's been the only real bright spark. I think Jacob Murphy as well. I think I just gotta hope that maybe like because I know City's kryptonite is still the physical punching up type of football. I don't think that they kind of leave.
They don't like that. Yeah,
I think if they go, which is that's Newcastle's style. If they go with that style, maybe they can try and nullify them. But if City do score first and stuff, I don't see them winning.
I see Watermaid doing a little something though. You know,
I think there's something. Newcastle got something for me, but Forest at home away to Anfield. Liverpool. I don't know. Even though they got Sean Dyche and he might also adopt that, you know. Like Forest have the style that it should be beating. They're gonna play a low block, or they're gonna play more of a compact shape. You know, try hitting the counter. They've got some good pace and players. So maybe
remember Liverpool beat them last. Oh, sorry, Forest beat them last season.
Forest beat them as well. So there's the confidence there that they know, and it's not like Liverpool have like turned a new page fully. Like fam, they They won a couple of games well, but then obviously they got wiped against City. Even though they played decent, and the defense is still shaky in it. So I don't know if
If they
Alisson's back
win,
as well.
yeah. Oh
But
yeah. If
they win,
City win, though,
if I think because they both played before us, I think like if City
Yeah.
win, then there's a lot of pressure on that game.
Yeah.
As there is, and obviously we just got to handle our thing. But if they lose, then there will be even more pressure on that game because it's another opportunity to open up the gap
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah.
either way, Arsenal win your games because right now it's too long
Win
to
your
kind of be
games.
looking at the ops in it. So just win your games,
Win
and
our
then maybe
games.
when we get to
worry
January,
about,
we look at it again in it. So yeah.
Sorry. What the last thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about Semenyo. Talk of Semenyo, Arsenal, Liverpool. We're not buying no one in January. Let's just confirm that now. Unless someone goes. Unless we sell someone.
I don't know.
Eze, Trossard, Martinelli already got that side locked down. Jesus comes in.
I don't know in it. Like given the fact that we've had like we're what 15, 16 games into the season, we've not even had a full bench of our attackers for the whole season. And maybe that might be a trend for the whole season. Maybe some players come in, some players come out all season. And two, like so maybe that might make them say we saw what happened last season when we tried to just say we'll go with what we have or wait to the summer, and that kind of derailed our season when more guys got injured and we had to be playing, rotating guys in other positions. So have they learned from that? And two, obviously our summer this summer was unprecedented. Berta came in, got 8 players, spent a lot of money, filled all the gaps in, had what I said was our best summer in my time supporting Arsenal in terms of just addressing everything that was needed. So maybe there's a new approach to these windows. Maybe what Edu used to always say, that I don't have the pool to go to the Cronkies and say, give me 70 million. Let me see if I can use that to add some players. Doesn't matter whether we've sold or not. That maybe Berta has a bit more convincing nature in his play to say,
powers, what about Rodrigo? So who are you taking, Rodrigo or Semenyo?
I want Semenyo, man, because Semenyo is an Arsenal fan. I think he's kind of admitted it, saying that he likes playing at Emirates Stadium for both. And he said he doesn't like playing against Arsenal defense because they're very good and for other reasons also. I think he just recently proposed to his missus, which is coming into Marriage FC, which we are. So that follows the trend of what we're doing. £65 million is very decent money for a player that's at 24 years old.
Is he starting for us though on that left?
I would start him.
Because he can start on left, all right, and he can play on the left.
I'll start him on the left, I think. And I agree with you. The caveat is obviously Jesus, Trossard, Martinelli, Eze, all those.
Too many players. Like, stacked, bro.
You have to think about it. Like in the summertime, you probably let go of Jesus, you let go of one of Trossard and Martinelli, you're just kind of getting him before potentially one of your rivals gets him if you don't get him. Because if he has a release clause, all it takes is for a club to trigger it and him to say, I want to go to City, I want to go to Liverpool, I want to go to Chelsea.
Can't we just tell him, cool, just listen, we're coming for you in the summer, or it's going to be this season where Liverpool
he knows which reports are saying that he has his eyes set on Arsenal, which I don't blame him why he wouldn't, then maybe you do like what happened with Cunha, where Cunha had a release clause in January, no one bought him, and because maybe it was too high, and then you just wait to the summer, even though United kind of pay similar price, but then you kind of get him because obviously the report says that his release clause will go down in the summer, so it won't be 65 million, it'll be less. So it depends on what he wants, innit? He might say, I'll stay at Bournemouth, help us have a good season. It depends how Bournemouth are doing. Maybe Bournemouth are still.
But what about Rodrigo though, bro? Cut price 50
with Rodrigo, the problem with him is that
January, bro. We're talking January.
What's that cut price looking like? Like, what's the price? If it's the same price as Semenyo, say 65 million, I don't know if Real Madrid would want to sell him for that amount of money.
It's the change though. It's the wages though.
And then he's now coming into a new league in the middle of the season where we're adding. If that's the one player we add, we're gonna expect him to have some effect. With Semenyo, the Prem tax, there's no
transition.
He's played English football all his career. Do you know what I mean? In lower league and other teams, there's no transition. Do you know what I mean? He's coming in, he's playing for his team, he's finding it at a big club, and if they're putting their eggs in the basket, say, "Oh, you're the one," maybe added piece to potentially take us over the line, I'm pretty sure he's gonna play like that. And he started the season well, so I'll take him. I'm kind of sold on the Rodrigo train. Not that Rodrigo's not a great player, it's just like anyone in their right mind could see that he wasn't going to break into the starting team for Madrid. Like for the whole summer, they didn't play for the whole Club World Cup, all this stuff. I'm not saying that doesn't mean you should leave. It's not easy to leave a club like Madrid, but if you really cared about playing time, you could have just said, I want to go on loan.
It's World Cup year as well, isn't it?
You said, I want to go on loan. Like maybe you can put an option to buy at the end of that, but let me go get to a team that's going to start me and then maybe I might even change you guys' mind and say, do you know what, we'll probably bring Rodrigo back next summer or something like that. But now you're gonna look like you're a cat. You know, it's like, you know, I see it like this. You know, a pretty girl, yeah, that maybe there was a point in time where she was the ish, yeah, and every man was on her. Then she does something, gets exposed publicly, and then no one wants her anymore. Then she's now trying to holler. She's now messaging about, hey stranger, or hey, she was errand man for months, giving you that, you know, 3-day reply, and then all of a sudden now she ain't got no roster, and she's trying to holler you now, saying, hey stranger, and you're like, nah, it ain't that no more. Still, that's what Rodrigo. That's the vibe I have with Rodrigo, because when it was perfect, Arsenal starting position there. I'm not saying it was him, but bro, push for that move. Who knows? You're not the only saving.
He said he could have went to Arsenal as well. You know, that's the worst thing about it. He said he could have went to Arsenal,
and it's given me that, obviously, because Carlo is the Brazil manager. He knows that Carlo is his previous manager for many years. Knows him, will probably pick him, want to use him. So he has a bit more comfortability there, knowing that he probably will get picked for the squad no matter what. But that's dead, because that means you've had a year where you've not really improved. You're still a young player as well. We haven't really gone up. You haven't taken that jump, and then now, of course, maybe it makes his price cheaper next summer. I'm not complaining, but I would rather go for a Semenyo, someone that would jump at the moment as soon as. Do you know what I mean?
I can see City just getting Rodrigo in January. You know?
Yeah,
I can see them doing.
I think both. I think there's a gap for all of this. Well, but we're the only one that looks more likely that you should there's no gap. With City, they're gonna have Marmoush going to AFCON in January. Obviously, he's a backup striker, but obviously
Doku's Belgium, isn't it? Yeah,
he's Belgium, but he's the only real natural left winger. Doku and Haaland have proven to be a bit injury prone over the last couple of years. So do you want to kind of back up yourself there? Liverpool got Salah going AFCON. They didn't replace Luis Diaz. They bought 2 strikers. Do they go and buy a player there to improve on Gakpo? Chelsea have inexperienced left wingers in Gittins and Garnacho. That you have a space there depending on where you are. There's all the teams there, and then it's down to him whether he's like, I want to go Arsenal does he want to go to, and if Arsenal say, you know what, if you come in now, you might not play as much, but you know we're going to sell Trossard and Jesus. So if you want to wait and play for Bournemouth, you know, maybe get Bournemouth to a European position, leave their legend, and then go and move on to your dream club, like what Eze done last season. I can see something like that with Semenyo this season.
Yeah. I'm hoping. But anyway, people, we come to the end of the show now, man. Thank you all to those that, you know, logged in or whatever, you know, joined and watched the stream. I think that's about it, people. But make sure you slap up the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and make sure you subscribe to this guy's channel. KAPE has Pulser as well, people.
If you're in England, stay warm because it's dark right now.
It's cold. Seriously, man. But yeah, man. All them people out there that's that ain't got no, you know, like the homeless and that, man.
Yeah,
you know
I really feel for them, man. I hope you're getting some
Try and help a man out if you can. Buy them a coffee or a tea or something, man. If you're passing them, man.
Hot food,
you know, charities. You know, charity's good, man. Do you know what I mean? Charity's very good. But anyway, people, we're gonna get out of here. But yeah, we'll be back soon, people. Hopefully next Wednesday. Peace, people. We out.
Yeah, peace.